June 6, 1944. Each year, the world pauses to remember the day when courage stormed the beaches of Normandy. Flags wave, bells toll, and veterans gather, honoring the sacrifice that changed history forever. On that fateful morning, thousands of Allied soldiers braved the unknown. The roar of engines, the crash of waves, and the thunder of gunfire filled the air. Every step onto the sand was a step into history. Fear and hope marched side by side. Some prayed, some shouted, all pressed forward, knowing the fate of freedom rested on their shoulders. Higgins' boat slammed into the surf, battered by waves and enemy fire. The ramp dropped, and history was written in courage. D-Day was not just a battle, it was the turning point of World War II, a day when ordinary people became heroes. Behind the chaos, countless unsung heroes worked in the shadows, each one vital to the mission's success. Coxswains, engineers, and signalmen, men who risked everything to keep hope alive on the shore. They steered, repaired, signaled, and fought, often in silence, always in danger. Their courage is the backbone of victory, remembered every June 6th. Among them stood the United States Coast Guard, masters of the landing craft, guardians of the fleet. They rescued, they protected, they fought through the storm, living the motto, always ready. From Normandy to the Pacific, their legacy endures. Semper Paratus, always ready. Coast Guardsmen's bravery stretches across oceans and generations, often far from the spotlight. In the Pacific, landings demanded nerves of steel. Boat crews ferried troops under relentless fire, first to arrive, last to leave. They became targets, but never faltered. In a world of unrecognized bravery, some shine even brighter. One story rises above the rest, a young Coast Guardsman whose sacrifice echoes from a distant Pacific island. The United States Coast Guard was founded way back in 1790. For over 2 centuries, they have worked tirelessly to protect America's waters, keeping our coasts and people safe. The people who steer the small boats are called coxswains. They are highly skilled at guiding their boats, even when the waves are rough and the weather is dangerous. Throughout history, the Coast Guard has taken on many important missions. They rescue people in trouble, protect the environment, and make sure everyone on the water follows the rules. Coxswains work closely with their teams to save lives. They help soldiers reach the shore during battles and bring them back safely, even when it means risking their own lives. They also stop people who break the law and work hard to keep our waters clean and safe for everyone. The Coast Guard protects our country in both peaceful times and during wars. They are always ready to defend our shores whenever they are needed. What makes the Coast Guard unique is that in peacetime, they work for homeland security. But during war, they join the Navy and fight on the front lines alongside other branches. Coast Guard coxswains have fought in every major American war, from the War of 1812 to World War II and beyond, using their boat skills to become heroes. Born 1919, a young man with a sense of duty and a heart set on service. From the start, he wanted to make a difference. In 1939, Monroe joined the United States Coast Guard, determined to serve his country as war loomed on the horizon. When World War II erupted, Monroe became a signalman first class. He was sent to the Pacific, to the fierce battlefields of Guadalcanal. Monroe commanded Higgins' boats, small landing craft that carried Marines into the heart of danger. Again and again, he ferried Marines to hostile shores, braving enemy fire and crashing surf. He brought them back too, risking his life to rescue men under relentless attack. On September 27, 1942, the call came. Marines were trapped at Point Cruz, surrounded and outgunned. Monroe didn't hesitate. He led a daring rescue, piloting his boat straight into enemy fire. Bullets tore through the air. The Marines were desperate, the situation dire. Monroe used his boat as a shield, drawing enemy fire so the others could escape. He stayed until the last Marine was safe, never turning back, never faltering. In those final moments, Monroe was mortally wounded. His last words, "Did they get off?" For his selfless bravery, Monroe became the only member of the Coast Guard ever awarded the Medal of Honor. His legacy lives on in every Coast Guardsman who serves with honor, and in every ceremony that remembers his sacrifice. Monroe's story is a beacon, reminding us that true heroism means putting others first, no matter the cost.